Hello, and welcome back to my second ever devlog for Project Zero. This week I'm going to be looking to finish up the core loop of the game. I think since it's a relatively simple game, this should probably be a pretty achievable goal, but anyway, we'll see how it goes. I guess without further ado, let's get after it. Now, just as a bit of a reminder of where we're at before I dive back into it, we've got this lovely cube, as you can see on our screen here, and last time we spent a good amount of time making sure it moves nicely, so let's just show that off. And ooh, that's not supposed to happen. All right, well, seems like there's a bug that we're gonna have to fix, but it wouldn't be game development without bug fixing, right? So I guess that's where we're starting off this week. It's always just that one little minus sign that you miss that's gonna make everything work. Now, there you go, one minus sign, and we're back in business, baby. Alright, so just a little update on my progress here. I've added a bunch of blocks that my cube can now move on. I've put them into this environment object, and then I've created a grid manager where you can see I pass it the environment object. Not sure if there's a better way to do this, but for now it seems to be working. And then on the right side of my screen here, I've got a grid manager script. Pretty basic. Basically, at the start of when the scene loads, or I guess at the start of the scene, I basically run a little create grid positions function, which basically just goes through every child in the environment and adds that position to a list, and then I created a public method to check if a position is in that list, which I've then in my player movement script got a little check now to make sure that the where I'm trying to move to is actually a valid position. So as you can see, if I just start this game up, now when I move, you can see I can still move around the grid as possible, but here if I try to move off one of these tiles, it doesn't let me. So I think good progress for today, and I'll probably pick this back up tomorrow. Hello again. It's been about 2 days since I last checked in, and I've actually made quite a good amount of progress. I had a weird night where I couldn't sleep, and so I just took all the energy that I had and poured it right into the game. And it worked out well in my favor. I think I'm at the point now where I have all the basic features implemented, and I'm kind of ready to show off what I've done. So let's jump into it. All right, so as you can see, our sandbox scene has evolved a little bit. We've now got all of our little toggle blocks that have these red squares on them. Let me just open up the prefab. Yeah, as you can see, I've added a child to each of these blocks, the toggle pane, which is really just a red square to kind of indicate the state of the tile. And then I've added a collider to this, which maybe we can see. Added this collider here so that when our player collides with the block, it'll just flip red to green. And what that does is, when that interaction happens, it sends a message to the grid manager to let it know what state each tile is in, and that lets us basically count up all the tiles. And if they're all green when we hit our finished block over here, that's a successful level. All right, so let's just hit play here, and I'll just see how it plays. The other thing that I did was I actually adjusted the camera angle so that it's an overhead camera. It's static right now, but I think maybe that could be something we improve in the future. But yeah, as you can see, now we've got our block, and when we move, when it collides with each of the tiles, it just changes the little toggle to green, which is great. And now if we wind up on our final square, what you can see down in the console, success. We've completed the level, which I think basically makes us basic feature complete on this game. So pretty exciting. I think kind of what's left to do now is, I guess, make a few levels, chain them together, and get an actual playable build of this game. So anyway, that's what I'm gonna I guess that's what I'm gonna jump into now. All right, so I've put together about 5 levels, not about exactly 5 levels, and I've made a little change to the end block script so that it starts to link the levels together now rather than just printing to the console. So let's just hit play here and see how this game plays. All right, and I think it's pretty good. I mean, it's kind of ugly. Definitely could use some art assets, so that's probably gonna be the next thing we do. And I'm not the biggest fan of some of these levels, but you know, for a first build, they're workable now. I did add my favorite new feature in the bottom right corner, our build number. First official build at Project Zero. Exciting stuff. Yeah, and I'm also thinking that I might add on the movement script some way to queue actions. I've noticed that I have a tendency to click before the block is landed, which, you know, it might be nice if you could queue up a couple actions rather than having to wait for the block to actually land before you can keep moving. But yeah, overall I'm pretty happy with this. And oh, I guess the last level just reloads the first level, so I'll need to come up with some sort of end of game thing there too. But yeah, overall, definitely still work to do, but pretty happy with this. I think the final thing I want to do here is to put this into an actual build and see about maybe putting it online somewhere. Definitely push it to Git. I don't want to lose this. All right. I mean, I've never actually built a game before, but I mean, I know there's build settings, and I guess build and run. I guess I can just click this. Maybe I don't want to save this. Project Zero. Maybe I'll make myself a new folder called builds. Is that what one does? And then we'll call it V0.1. All right. Is this just going to work? Wouldn't that be something? I'm almost shocked that it's even running. I feel like I must have done something wrong. But it's going. I mean, I feel like I should have a party hat. There should be some fanfare. Maybe I'll figure out how to add fireworks in editing. But, all right. It's happening. The first game. And this is both faster and longer than I thought it was going to be. And it's running, made in Unity. Oof, my own splash screen. Hey, there you go. Look at me. Playing my game. My build number is small in the corner. But it's a playable game. Okay. Well. Exciting. Pat myself on the back since none of you are here to do it for me, but, you know, one small step for man, one giant step for me. Have I made that joke before? So I think I'm actually gonna end the video here. I did end up spending a bit of time looking into building my own website to kind of host this game, but turns out that's gonna be a lot harder than I thought, so I'll save that for the future. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.